Rundown. I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Joshua.
And today we have a very tiny preview for you.
Okay, no more helium in recording room.
No, you're probably right.
So, hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown for realsies this time.
For realsies.
I'm Joshua.
I'm Mitchell.
And Epic's here.
Yeah.
I was not expecting this, kind of like I wasn't expecting the Battle Force boxes last week.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the Battle Force, we knew they were upcoming, but we had no idea when Epic was coming out.
Right. I thought it would be early next year.
Yeah, me too. I did not expect before the end of the year.
Well, clearly GW's fiscal year isn't going so well and they're trying to buff this up.
Wah, wah.
Because, good lord.
I mean, it was only the release of 10th edition.
I was going to say this is a lot of plastic, but it's really not.
It's not.
So, for those of you who don't know, it's Warhammer Legions Imperialis, which is its new epic. It's smaller scale Warhammer, so the idea is you have far more models or models that represent groups of models.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Whereas Warhammer 40,000, or in this case Horus Heresy, is a zoom in of the battlefield, of the most important snapshot of the battlefield.
Right.
Legions Imperialis is the whole battlefield.
Mm-hmm. You get, 2 Titans, 15 tanks, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
When one of these boxes is 10 Rhinos, so...
Well, the main box is just called Legions Imperialis, and this is their starter box, actually.
The Hey Come Play Our Game box.
Yeah, so, templates, but it's just, using...
Yeah, I love that the templates are the same size, even though the scale is way down.
I mean, if you think about it, that is kind of more fitting for Warhammer, though.
It kind of makes sense.
223 miniatures. Now, that's kind of...
That's an inflation.
That's cheating.
Yeah.
Because they're counting each of the models on the basis.
Now, to be fair, other games do that too, like Warlord games. When they have their epic scale stuff, it's like, there's 240 miniatures,
That's
but there's
fair.
6 on a base.
And, I mean, you will have to paint 223 Space Marines.
That's true.
61 individual models, technically.
There we go. Okay,
if you're going for
better.
Full book, not the abridged book.
Mm-hmm.
And then red whippy sticks.
Yeah, the whippy sticks.
So...
And clean white and black dice.
Hey, that's nice. So what I found interesting is that this is Legions Astartes versus Solar Auxiliaries.
Yeah.
I kind of thought they would do a dual Legions Astartes box, but that's not what they did.
Yeah, I think they wanted to mix it up because Solar Auxilia is only not Imperialis, Horus Heresy?
Yeah, it's the Imperial Guard before the Imperial Guard.
It kind of makes sense that they would do it. It is weird, I agree.
I mean, I figured they would do it, but what I thought they would do is I thought they would do what they do for Horus Heresy, where Solar Auxilia is kind of a secondary resin faction.
Yeah, Auxilias.
Yeah. That's not really what Heresy is about. You can play them, but you're playing on hard mode and you know it.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it seems like, no, they're going full into making it as much a part of the game as the Space Marines.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah, I like it, that it's not a whole box of just Marines.
I could absolutely see myself getting a tiny Lehman Rust or so.
That is cute.
Just because they're orbs.
No, you need 10.
Well, I won't have much of a choice, as we'll get to.
No, you won't.
Now, we don't have prices for any of these, but I am betting that they push this box. I am betting this is a $230 box.
Okay.
I'm betting it's very competitively priced. This is our get into this game box.
Yep, I agree. It will be. If it's a bit more than that, it wouldn't surprise me, but it would be a little disappointing.
But I don't think it's going to be 300.
No, I don't think so.
So what's nice about this release, and this is also very strange for Games Workshop, is that we're getting everything at once.
Yeah, So it's weird that the rulebook comes separate because most of the models they're releasing is in the starter set.
Yeah.
Which already has the rulebook?
Yeah, I think
it's a little strange.
They're releasing the rulebook separately because a lot of people already have epic scale armies from last time.
That's true. I mean, when was Epic canceled? 2002?
A long time ago. Yeah, this is odd.
Yeah.
A lot of folks are saying they kind of feel a lack of confidence in this release because they're not dragging it out.
That's fair. I can see where that's coming from.
So you've got the rulebook, and then of course the Legions Astartes themselves.
Mm-hmm.
This one feels like this is the infantry set, which is 8 squads of tacticals, 4 contemptor dreads, and a bunch of support troops.
Yeah. So how different is this from the starter set? Because there's 4.
It's in the starter set.
Okay, so it's
the
just
starter
more...
set is basically one of each of these boxes put together.
Gotcha.
So you've got Terminators, Gunners, Assault Squads, Infantry Squads,
along
with.
Not looking forward to putting those little tiny feet on that little tiny base.
No, Kratos Heavy Support Squadron, Heavy Tank Squadron, which is also in the box.
Yep.
What's interesting is that there's also a box of Rhinos, and that's not fully in the box. There's a couple Rhinos.
I think there was 5, so it's half.
Yeah, it's half the box.
Which kind of makes sense.
Now, this one is not in the box, the Thunderhawk Gunship. So it looks like basically they're releasing the contents of the box and also one extra.
Sure. Here is the second faction. Again, in the army box is the Solar Auxilia.
Yep. So these are kind of your Imperial Guardsmen. There's closer up shots of all of these that we've seen already.
Yeah.
You have these are basically proto sentinels.
Sure.
These are Ogrins.
Yep.
In like harnesses.
I'm sorry. They look like Squadron overlords.
They do.
But with big metal mustaches.
They do. Especially at this scale.
Yeah.
So Baneblades, which there are 2 Baneblades here, and I believe there are Baneblades in the box.
Yep.
Now here's the stuff that's not in the box for Imperial Guard or Solar Auxilia, which is all the re-released planes from Aeronautica Imperialis.
Yeah, Aeronautica. The little lighter. I love the Arvis lighter.
I love the little lighter. But there's no Valkyries in here and no Vultures in here, which is what I wanted to see re-released.
Yeah, that's
Some
true.
of these are resin, by the way.
Yes, because they released a lot of these in Forge World.
Yes.
They're just making them in Forge World again. They're not doing them.
And then what's interesting is that there were clearly Lehman Russ Tinks in that box.
But none on a separate release.
Not on a separate release.
Interesting. So not quite everything that's in the
Not
box.
quite everything. Same thing, they're kind of re-releasing all of the Titans
Titanicus.
that are already from Titanicus.
Yep. And the little ones and the really big ones.
So nothing really new here, although I think that Psy Titan is new.
Oh, yeah.
That is a cool.
That's a great paint job. For
That is a
something
great
that
paint
small.
job, and that is a great model.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, this is new, training accessories.
Yep. They showed the terrain off. I think they showed all this off before.
They did.
But, they've announced this how long ago now? 6
Yeah.
months. So, yeah, we've seen this before, but it is coming out at the same time, which is nice. Because the starter set doesn't have any terrain,
No, it does not.
which is interesting.
And then there's army cards.
Which is technically still yet to be seen.
Yep.
We don't actually know what's in that.
Each contains 2 copies of every detachment and formation available to their faction.
Detachment and formation, huh? Okay, interesting.
And then also some bases.
Yeah.
So these are basically bases to put your Aeronautica and Titanicus stuff on so they match the rest of the bases.
Yeah, that makes sense. 120 mil base? What's going on 120 mil? The
Titans, like a
super
Warlord
heavy Titan?
Yeah.
Wow, because that's still huge.
Yeah, no, it is still like a huge model. Gotta remember, it's 2 foot tall at 20mm scale.
That's true.
So at a quarter of that size, that's still
Yeah, still not terrible.
still 6 inches tall. Same thing for Aeronautica.
Yep.
And a map. Chirp, chirp. Chirp, 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 chirp.
Yay.
But don't worry, Warhammer 40,000 also has a couple things this week.
Literally a couple.
Literally a couple.
One of which technically is not a playable model.
Hey, did you get nostalgic for the old Deathleaper and Red Terror and need to be reminded that they weren't actually that good? Well, here you go.
Yeah, we just got the new Deathleaper, guys.
I think a lot of... Well, that's why they're doing it. It's for nostalgia's sake.
Still.
I think a lot of this is let down by the paint job more than the...
That's true. The old paint job is like
The
look how flat. Go back onto the Deathleaper. Look how flat that skin is on the chest.
Right.
It's that definitely is
The
upgraded.
actual sculpt, I think, is fine.
Yeah.
Now, it does not say what these are made of, and if they're made of metal, I don't want them.
Really? Wait, if they were made of fine cast, you would?
I don't think that would hold up as metal. Look how that would just fall down.
Not with enough glue.
So, all of this goes up for pre-order next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
These are going up for a 2-week pre-order.
Yep.
Meaning that they will drop the 2nd of December, go up for pre-order on the 18th of November, and come out the 2nd of December. You know,
Get your teeny tiny Christmas going.
it's the thing that the teeny tiny thing that I want is I want teeny tiny Lehman Russes. And they're not giving me those.
I want my manger to be surrounded by Imperial Titans, Imperial Knights.
Oh, that would be great. I want teeny tiny Lehman Russes. I want my teeny tiny little vultures, but they don't have my teeny tiny that I want. So clearly,
It's literally the only thing in the box that they're not releasing.
yeah, that is
It's
kind of
It's a
strange.
little frustrating.
I mean, I guess technically they're not releasing the
The
templates separately.
templates have literally never been separate since they've been a thing.
You can go get them from Necromunda separately, actually.
Separately?
I believe so.
Oh, well, then butter my biscuits. There you go.
And I can't buy the whippy sticks separately. What's even the point?
Josh, come on. I'm gonna whippy your models right off the board.
There we go.
I'm gonna cut that silence, maybe.
Yeah. Whippy your... So are you getting any of this?
I could be convinced to try it,
But are you going to buy into it to try it?
No.
What about the Tyranids?
Oh,
Are you
shut
excited about that? Don't you? But you're a Tyranids player.
I am a Tyranids player, and I hate both of these models.
I don't dislike... I actually don't hate them, really. I think they're fine. They're just a little goofy.
I think they're very bad.
The problem is that the new Deathleaper is so good.
Yep.
Compared to that, and Red Terror is just being,
It's
it's a Naga from hell.
It is. It looks like a Trigon, but like
Snick.
10 years beforehand. It's. I don't like either.
I got news from Mitchell. It's basically a Trigon, but 10 years beforehand.
Oh my god.
Speaking of 10 years, we'll see you every Sunday for the next 10 years. That's right, we're never stopping this. Until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.